You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Well, Black and White Sports fans, wild card weekend has started off, and the Rams survived the Panthers. If you guys watched this game, man, it was looking pretty bleak for the Panthers, even though they're at home. But we know they really weren't a good team. They were 8-9 on the season. They got a home game because they actually won a division.
Right.
But the Rams came out hot, man. Puka Nacua was cooking them in the first quarter. Cooking.
Yeah. And then it all came to a roaring stop after Matthew Stafford banged his hand up towards the end of the first half. All of a sudden, all the momentum switched to the Panthers for about the next 2.5 quarters, all the way till we got down around the 7 or 8 minute mark of the fourth quarter. And it was like, uh-oh, here comes the Rams again.
Yeah.
And then they went back and forth. One thing is are there more questions than answers on Bryce Young still, I think?
Probably so.
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably
I mean, we saw the best and worst of him all in the same game.
Yeah. Now, I will say this about Matthew Stafford. We know his hand was banged up, but he was bit time on that last drive. And really, guys, I mean, the Rams were up 14-0 in this game, but the Panthers blocked that punt.
Yeah.
Like on the 30-yard line of the Rams. And then how long was it left in the game? About 2:40 or something like that.
3 minutes around a little
somewhere
under,
around there.
Yeah.
And they scored the go-ahead touchdown, looking like they were going to win. And then Stafford took them down the field. And who was that receiver that made that very acrobatic catch for the touchdown?
Oh, Parkinson. That's a tight end for the Rams.
That was a great
catch
and touchdown right there.
Yeah, he knew to turn around. He got his knees down, which that's the best way to do it because one knee equals two feet.
Yeah.
And he got in there. It was a heck of a nice catch. It was clutch. Nobody's brought this up. And of course, Stafford and Drake May are sort of the two leaders for the MVP in the league, right? Nobody knows who's going to win it for sure. But I would say this playoff run is very important for Matthew Stafford.
It is.
Okay, this is the Hall of Fame clincher.
I was about to say it.
Yeah.
Because even when he won that Super Bowl, I was not ready to put him as a Hall of Famer. Now, if he wins the MVP, but I think he needs another good run.
Well, I will tell you this. Do I think he's in long term? Yeah, I do. I think he's in already. But I will say this. Let's say he can make the NFC Championship game. Win another game next week. Then you've got a couple of deep playoff runs in your career that includes a Super Bowl win. You've been to the NFC Championship game twice after you were stuck in Detroit all those years.
Yeah.
And I think that will clinch it, I
what
do.
does that say about the Lions?
Well,
horribly run.
all those years, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is kind of remarkable of how they finally look. If you're a Browns fan or Jets fan or Raiders fan, it can be done. Look at the Lions. It can be done. You can become respectable.
It can be done.
By the way, just some quickies on this game. I mean, the Rams were only 3 of 13 on third downs in this game.
I got the box score right here.
Yeah, I mean, you look at this and you're like, well, I can tell why it was a close game, but you saw the deficiencies on that very last drive because the Rams just pinned their ears back and started coming after Bryce Young. And I did not like Dave Canales' play calling on that last drive. Instead of just trying to work the ball down the field to get in, because they only needed a field goal to time this thing.
Yeah, they were trying to go deep on everything, and Bryce Young, honestly, the offensive line couldn't protect him at the end.
Well, yeah, they lost their left
He was
tackle.
running for his life.
Yep. they lost their left tackle early in the game, like right after the game started. They had to bring their backup left tackle in. This is the kind of moments you could see as the pocket was getting congested. This is exactly where Bryce Young's height shows up, or lack thereof, because he's only 5'9", and
very short. He's like Drew Brees
short.
height. Almost.
You can't. Oh, Drew Brees is
Drew Brees 6 foot, I believe.
He's literally 2.5 inches taller than Bryce.
Yeah.
I mean, he's 6 and some change. Bryce is like, some people have said 5'9", actually,
wow,
but
that's really short.
You know, yeah, he's small. He could be 5'9". He's not 5'10". You know, he's not 5'10". And what happens?
Well, you know they exaggerate the heights of these players.
Absolutely,
too.
And especially coming out of college. And now, did you see some of the old Bryce Young Alabama clutch where he was able to run the ball in for a touchdown? That's kind of stuff he was doing at Alabama. Yeah, but you don't have the wide open throwing lanes like you do in college.
No.
And I know the story broke prior to the game that they're going to exercise the 5th-year option on him. I can understand that, but if I was them, I would think long and hard before giving him a new big contract. You know, to be quite honest, I would, just due to his size alone. We've been down this road before. Kyler Murray, you know, these smaller quarterbacks.
They list him at 5'10".
Yeah, the only outlier that we know that's had sustainable, lengthy success in the league that was shorter was Russell Wilson for 9 years with Seattle.
Yeah.
Other than that, there's not a great track record of it, you know?
Yeah.
And Bryce is just always, he sort of started piling up numbers later in this game, but man, he's got a lot of games where you look up to the first 3 quarters and he's throwing for like 52% in the game, you know, and that just doesn't work in the National Football League.
Well, that's pretty close to what he did here, man. I mean, he was about 21 out of 40 is like 50.5% or something like that.
Yeah.
That's not going to get it done.
It doesn't get it done in the National Football League now. I mean, this is a league where you should throw if you're a capable quarterback, you ought to throw for 65%.
64%.
Oh, yeah.
Actually the passing percentage numbers, man, for the league guys are like 68% now.
I was going to say 68 to 67.
Drake May was like 71%.
That's what made his season so remarkable, because he had a game where he threw for like 85% and 250 yards and 5 touchdowns or something. I mean, that's unbelievable. Wow. You know,
that's crazy.
Yeah, with 8.2 per passing, that's absurd. You know,
extremely efficient.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think there's more questions than answers on Bryce still. They backed into the playoffs. And I understand a lot of their fans are going to be very supportive of Dave Canales because they made the playoffs. But let's be honest. They made the playoffs in the worst division in football.
Yeah.
The Buccaneers had a total meltdown. I mean, Baker Mayfield went from being in the MVP conversation through 10 weeks to dropping off a map because, I mean, that offense for the Bucs, their offensive coordinator just got fired 2 days ago.
Yep. 8-9 on the season. 3 teams at 8-9.
Yeah.
Yeah, not very good. That's the reason why they actually got the home game and the Rams didn't, because the Rams didn't win their division. And I'm okay with that, man, because I believe in division titles. I believe that's what really separates the NBA from the NFL, whereas the NBA still has division titles, but it means nothing.
You know, I don't know who's got that game next week. I would assume it's going to be Fox because it's 2 NFC opponents. Right now,
we can
right
see
now,
here.
The brackets aren't updated yet, I don't think.
No, it doesn't even tell you what. No,
right.
It doesn't even tell you the station. That's what I was really looking for.
Right. It's going to be Seattle and LA in the divisional game. And I can tell you right now, Fox is breathing a sigh of relief that they're getting the Rams and Seahawks next week.
Yeah.
Instead of the Panthers and the Seahawks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, because now you got NFC West rivals and everything that comes along with that. And of course, Tomorrow I have the Eagles and Niners. Ooh.
Yeah. I still think the Rams were they were quite fortunate to win this game. Very, very fortunate.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
You gotta remember, man, they just won the Super Bowl like in 2021, so they got some championship players still.
Well, by the way, I noticed something during that game. There was some tension between Sean McVay and Matthew Stafford a couple of times that I have not seen before. But Sean McVay was not happy with Matthew Stafford a couple of times during that game for various passes. And Sean McVay, actually, I saw him get pretty ornery with a lot of guys on the sideline today, which I thought was kind of unusual. You know, he's a real calm and cool, one of the coolest cats on the sideline, composed. I mean, a lot of people believe he's the best coach in football. I don't know that I necessarily go there, but I think the league does, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't know. The one place you and I disagree on this is I think as long as the division winner is above 500, or then they should be able to get home field. If they're 8-9, I wouldn't give it to them. I default.
I understand where you're coming from. But
I default to the next best record.
I still believe in division titles.
You know, I do too. As long as they're like, if they were 9-8, I could overlook it. The 8-9 thing, and I know Albert Breer said the other day there may be some talk of actually changing that in the off season. So I don't know. They're going to look at it yet again. They've looked at it.
If they do that, man, it's going to go the way of the NBA, because the NBA just strictly goes by records now.
The only one that they would do it to in the only circumstances would be in the event of an under 500 division winner. Any other divisions are getting their games where they should, but it would only flag an exception if there's a 8-9 Carolina.
But it is rare. It's rare that a team wins the division with a losing record. I think the last one was actually the Buccaneers, Tom Brady's last season. They were 8-9, if I'm not mistaken, to win the division. And they lost to the Cowboys in a divisional game.
Well, famously, Seattle won a playoff game years ago over the Saints. That was the Beastquake game.
Yep.
For Marshawn Lynch. Yeah.
Yep. So, anything else, Rhodes?
No, that's going to do it.
Yeah, the Rams survive right there. So, we have to see who they're going to be playing next week.
They're playing the Seahawks. It's going to be a good game.
It's going to be the Seahawks. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, guys. Peace. We're out.
Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.